Let's see. Did it go live? Looks like the broadcast was deleted. What?
It says it's live.
Is it? Oh, is it really? Oh, we're live. Okay, cool. Thank you, lady. StreamYard. It's a whole new platform. It's kind of cool. You'll have to check it out. So it allows you to broadcast on like YouTube. Now I think LinkedIn you can broadcast on. And so I've been loving it because you can do multiple channels at one time. So nice. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So you guys should check that out. So, hey everybody, Kelly Lang here with Remax, and I've got Sandy. I know the picture says Stephanie, but just the blonde version, right? So thanks for joining us, Sandy. And so everybody kind of wants to know what's happening with the chamber right now that we've been on lockdown for a month and a half. So I'd love a recap as to what you guys have been up to.
Sure, yeah. So everyone is working from home. We come in, to do payroll and that kind of thing, but right when this whole thing started, we were able to quickly get all of our computers and phone systems able to be transferred to our home offices. So that was really great. And then
you gotta love kickback, right?
Wow.
Shoot. This is gonna be neat. Okay, hold that thought. We'll be right back. Woohoo! Let's do this again. Be there. So, all right, we're back on again. Sorry about that, guys. I think it says live. Yep, we're live. Cool. All right, so Sandy, I'm sorry. We were talking about what it's been like at the chamber lately.
Yeah. So obviously we're finding creative ways to do things.
Hear you. Can you hear me?
I sure can.
Shoot, for some reason I can't hear you. Let's try this again. Oh, cranking it up. There we go. You gotta love technical difficulties. All right, guys, we're back. So cool. So what's it been like at the chamber lately?
Quiet. We're all working from home, so we're not open, but we're busier than ever. We have created a couple different campaigns to try and help small businesses in the area. We called every single restaurant in Anacortes to find out if they were offering to-go or takeout deliveries, all that kind of thing. And so we created a web page for them. And then we also called every single non-home-based business in town to find out what their hours of operation are. If they're doing any special deliveries, like Watermark, if you order a book, they'll set it outside. Same with Pelican. And so just really trying to help the local businesses stay afloat as best we can, because, that's what we're supposed to be here for, is supporting our business. Stephanie and I are on many calls throughout the week with local, county, Olympia, and federal, just trying to get a hold on what we can do and when we can do the other things that we can't do. And we were very instrumental in getting the construction back going. Yes.
Oh, praise be to God on that. Seriously.
As well as boating and fishing. So, we're on calls all day, every day, trying to do things safely. And just when you have the ear of the governor, it helps. rather than his people just saying, oh, do this or do that. We're real people with the boots on the ground, giving them information. So it's, sometimes you have to knock people upside the head a couple times before they actually hear you, but that's, that's what we're here for.
I know we had the same thing in real estate too, because I think we got released 8 days after the stay at home, and I know there was a lot of people fighting for that. So I was really happy to see the fishing and the construction, come back. I'm sure everybody else was too. So, what are you hearing consensus-wise out there when you're talking to the politicians, the governor? I mean, are you hearing that you think we're going to maybe be opening back up May 31st, or what's your thoughts on that? Who knows, right?
I know. I think they're erring on the side of caution, which from a personal standpoint, I appreciate. We're doing everything we can in our home to stay safe. But the numbers are still coming in. We're still getting new cases, and I don't want it.
No. Well, and the crazy thing, I don't know about anybody else, but this last weekend we had awesome weather, and I felt like I did see quite a few people that were kind of ready to be outside and be around other people. And I think everybody's really done such a great job with staying at home and doing their part for, a month and a half. So everybody's been doing their due diligence there. So what are you hearing from the businesses? Are they busy? Certain businesses seem to be busy through the roof, and other ones maybe not as much. So I'd love to kind of hear what you're hearing from the businesses out there.
Well, yeah, because the other thing that we're doing is we're calling every single business in Anacortes, whether they're home-based or not. And because the city has some grant that they want to give out to small businesses.
Awesome.
And so we want to make sure that everybody knows about it. So I'm getting a chance to talk to a lot of people about their businesses. Obviously, restaurants, salons, spas, tourist-based businesses. They're all really hurting. Even when they do open up at the reduced capacity, it's going to be rough. But then you call an accountant or a CPA, and they're doing fine.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. It's just different for each industry. So
it really is. So what does that grant look like? Tell us a little bit about the grant.
So it's a maximum of $10,000 per business, and there's an application process, but anyone could apply as long as they're within the city limits. There's some income restrictions on it. I'm not sure what the details are. But yes, but it's pretty cool. They're going to be able to give out, I think, 16 $10,000 grants, and then there will be like $6,000 or $8,000 left over to go to the food bank.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So who's giving the grant, or where did the grant come from? The
government. It's a HUD grant. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I love that. That's wonderful news. So hopefully most of the businesses got their PPP loans. I know there was a second push for that, and quite a few people I had talked to had gotten them. So it was really nice to hear, for sure.
Yeah.
So how are restaurants doing out there? Because anytime I'm driving by, I'm seeing lines. I'm seeing lots of people ordering. The pizza, we ordered pizza in last night, and they're slammed. Yeah. So I'm happy to hear that. Are you kind of hearing that consensus too for most of our restaurants in town?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We just had lunch from the Brown Lantern today. So
are they delivering beer with that? That's the important question.
I don't know. I know a lot of restaurants are doing brew to go. So
that's hilarious. I love it. So tell me a little bit about how have you seen the community coming together during this time?
It's been pretty awesome. We've had one of the things that we're working with the group was called Anacortes Strong. And what it did, it raised money to feed people, frontliners, hospital workers, fire department, police department, staff at nursing homes, the postal service. And so I think we raised, I'm just guessing, maybe $17,000.
Oh my God.
And have, as of last week, I think we served over 800 meals. Wow. So that was really cool for, some people that received their magic money from the government, that $1,200. They just donated right to the Anacortes Strong. So that was a pretty cool thing to see happen. And everyone's really thankful when you don't have to cook your own meal or don't have to eat the same thing that you've been eating.
Yeah, that's wonderful to hear. So how are hospitals doing right now? I mean, do you think they're going to open up elective surgeries at some point again?
I think they are. I think they're moving towards that in the next few weeks.
Okay, that's great to hear. And then also, I mean, I don't know if you get the opportunity to talk with our superintendent at the school, just kind of what's the plans eventually for our schools? I mean, everybody's kind of wondering, will we go back in fall? What will that look like?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it really depends on what happens this summer. If the cases diminish, then yeah. But I've heard talk that it's going to be really different. Like there may not be assemblies. They may not be able to eat in the lunchroom. They have to eat in their classrooms. There's all these new things that I keep hearing are going to be a new reality. So I don't know. I know the kids are struggling, and I know the parents are struggling, and I know the teachers are struggling trying to teach from home. I mean, one of my good friends is the choir director, and how do you teach choir over Zoom?
Yeah, I can't even imagine. I want to get in on that video conference. I want to watch. I want to watch what that looks like.
Yeah.
So, any cool stories you want to share besides Anacortes Strong of maybe some, heartfelt community stories? I mean, I love hearing that, where somebody was touched or somebody kind of went above and beyond for maybe another community member or business. You don't have to name names, just maybe stories. That'd be awesome.
I'm just trying to think. I mean, everybody's just, I know some friends of mine have been doing some ding dong dashing, we getting some flowers and some wine and ringing the doorbell and running away, and that's always fun.
That is fun.
Yeah, and we've been playing bingo on Zoom, my girlfriends and I, and then having a little dance party in between.
I love it.
Yeah, just really trying to do our best to keep our spirits up. My daughter, who's going to Western right now, she's at home with me, and it just seems around 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon we get a little loony and just giggle about the silliest things, and it makes it better.
It does make it better, because it is during this time. There's so much uncertainty, and we can't predict what the future holds, right? And what changes we're all going to have to go through. So. With that being said, it's just, you sit there and go, okay, what's it going to look like? How many people are really going to be effective? How are we going to go back to some kind of normalcy too? So, it's just, I'll be curious to see what everything is, because everything's changed, but it seems like you've got 50% of the people that are, extremely cautious and concerned, rightfully so, if they're high risk. And then you've got the other 50% that, is a little bit more or less strict about it. So, and I agree with you. I think it's really hard on the families and the kids right now, because they all want to go back and, be with their friends and all of that too.
I can't imagine having to homeschool my child while still work full time. I mean, it's crazy.
Oh, I know. I can't either. And I mean, my kids have been pretty self-sufficient about going downstairs and doing their work and getting it done. But I mean, I know it's not that easy. So
there is a light at the end of my tunnel. I just booked a trip to the Bahamas to go swim with the pigs.
Tell us a little bit about the travel industry. Let's totally switch gears.
Oh man, it's been rough. It's everything was canceled, and I think a lot of people realized the advantage of having a travel agent as opposed to not having one, because if you booked it through Costco or Expedia or whoever, there wasn't anyone to help get those people home.
Yeah, I can't even imagine.
we had, with Unique Romance Travel, we had people in all over the world trying to get home. And we were able to work with our wholesalers and the airlines and get everyone home safe and quickly. And 90% of the people have rebooked just for later dates. But yeah, the whole world just stopped. And like I said, when I just booked this trip for the Bahamas, the airlines are, not all of them, but some of them are only going at 50% capacity. So they're, leaving seats open to try and help reduce the curve on airlines and stuff. Because
I don't know about you guys, but I think there's going to be a huge spike in travel after this, because I think people are sick of being home,
They're ready to go.
Yeah, they all had to cancel their plans. So you guys are taking reservations right now for travel, is that right?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
That's exciting. Or I'm assuming the plane tickets are pretty cheap right now.
Yes, and if you book before May 31st, there are no change fees.
Oh,
so yeah. So should something come up later on, you'll get the entire value of what you paid for your ticket, and there won't be any fees that you have to pay to change it.
That's awesome news. Absolutely awesome news. So a couple other questions here. What are ways that we can support local businesses? I mean, besides ordering food out, is there any other support groups or ways that the community can help the local businesses?
Well, I think, if you usually shop at a local business, go and see if they have a website or a Facebook page, anything, and order online. I mean, they're doing curbside pickup or deliveries. So, just spend money if you're able to. That's what it is. I don't know how many of these local businesses are going to make it through. I hope all of them do.
I do too. I really do.
Yeah, it's just, get out there and support them.
Yeah, spend money if you've got it. That's for sure.
Yep.
Let's see. What advice would you give to the community about staying positive during these times? Because it does seem to be emotional roller coasters. I don't know if you're seeing that, but it's like one minute people are fine, then the next minute they're, concerned, worried, and then they rally. And so it just seems to be this constant roller coaster of emotions.
Well, I find that wine always levels me out.
Text me your address. I'll be there soon. Drop it off.
No, I think just making sure that you set aside a little bit of time each day just to be quiet, whether go for a walk or go sit outside in the grass, or just something that forces you to just stop. Maybe it's listening to a podcast about dogs in Nova Scotia. I don't know, just something that doesn't have anything to do with the virus, working, anything. Just take a moment and just check out. Yeah. Make a TikTok video. Everyone's doing TikTok now.
Yeah. I had to learn how to do it, girl. It's embarrassing. My kids are like, stop! Gotta find some way to embarrass our kids, right?
Yeah, heck yeah.
Oh my gosh. No, and so, yeah, I agree with you. I think that, the one thing I will realize and appreciate during this, and hopefully everybody else, is the quality time you're able to spend with family. And I think that maybe this is a forced thing to make us all kind of check ourselves again, like what's important in life, and I know that's the one thing I feel really grateful for, because I can sell real estate all day long and sit in front of this computer all day long, watching Zooms and podcasts and working with clients and everything. But I said, the one thing that I told my husband, I said, I really love that we've had some really good quality, like hikes and, just spending time together talking and really eating dinner together and not feeling like you got to run out the door like we usually have to. So
I think there's going to be a whole new normal in the way we communicate with each other.
Exactly. So, well, keep up the good work, Sandy. Thanks for making all the calls for us. We love our chamber. You guys are the best. I just, my prayer really goes out that we still eventually get to have all of our community events again. I don't know what I would do without those. I love them. Everything you guys put on.
2021 is going to be a great year.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think people are going to be hungry for gatherings at some point, whether they go to the jazz wine festivals and oyster run and all that stuff. So we'll see what all that looks like down the road. So
yeah.
Well, thanks for filling in for Stephanie here. Super grateful and jumping on last minute. So
you bet. Thanks, Kelly.
I can't wait to see you in person again. Bye, honey.
Bye. Bye.